Ready? I am going to step in front of the computer. Yeah. I just want to make sure I get the angle right. Just double checking some things. Yeah, that's the angle. That has nothing to do with the height. Okay. Let's go back to plan A. Oh. Haha. I need to turn it. But I also need to turn this. Yeah. I think that'll do for now. Yeah. I'm actually going to start close here anyways. But am I even in the frame then? Okay, fine. Fine. I see. I want you to be able to see my face. Just a little bit. We don't need to see the house. We'll just put that way. Okay, gravity, you happen. Hi, gravity. Let's never forget that gravity is here. Keeping things on Earth. Thank you. E equals MC squared. Anyways. Okay. This will do. I watched a YouTube video recently, and they were saying that if you just bury the leaves and then cover them in a thin layer of soil, they will decompose on their own in a few weeks. So we should have been doing that all winter. I mean, they were talking about a warm place. So in a cold place, I don't know, but it's starting to get warm. I'm going to cover them with a little bit of dirt. And yeah, and if the dirt's nice and moist and it's nice and sunny today, it'll get nice and warm, and they'll start to decompose. I know that it doesn't look like I have been doing a lot of yoga lately because I haven't been streaming a lot of yoga, like hatha yoga practices, but one branch of yoga is a branch of knowledge, and your job is to, research and gain as much knowledge as you possibly can. And that is definitely a branch of yoga that I am a part of, that I practice. So I've been watching, like I said, I watched YouTube videos about this. I've been working on this garden, these peas. Peas are going to go in soon. So I'm going to bury these leaves. That's going to be my karma yoga. And then we'll put the peas in around St. Patrick's Day. That's how it goes in Ireland, at least. But they might be ready before that. But still, we'll just wait till St. Patrick's Day. I'm on yoga time. So what I saw them do was they were like just to dig a hole and put some leaves in it. So let me just make a little. Actually, I don't need to do that. That is the step I do not need to do. As I start working, I'm sure that I'll explain some more of the things that I've been researching lately. What are some of the things I'm going to look up the word. It might be Dhyan Yoga, but I'll get the right word for it. I was gonna do yoga practice, a hatha yoga practice. I picked out a class. I reviewed a couple classes. I watched a couple previews. I picked out a class. The yoga mat is set up. The laptop is set up to record it. And then I came outside to eat some yogurt. I was hungry by then. And it was so nice outside that I was like, you know, my intuition just told me to come out and do this instead. Om Namo Hanumate Bhajavan Bhajanaya Sukham Kuru Patsvaha. I have a song stuck in my head. Om Namo Hanumate. I don't have my glasses on, but there's like a bird's nest up in the tree over there. It's been causing some drama. I don't know what kind of birds are there. Like I said, I don't have my glasses on. Did you ever have a musical brain and like, you know, the song is still playing in your head even while you're talking? That's how you can end up singing it 15 notes in and still right on beat. That's always a fun game to play. It's like you're in the car and it's on the radio and something happens and then you go back to the song and like you have to switch the station or whatever, you go back to the song and you were like right in tune with the song. Timing is perfect. Om Saraswati Namaha. So why am I singing chants and naming Saraswati, etc., etc.? This is actually how my yoga practice really plays out. You know, I do honor the goddesses every single day. I try to honor them in every single thing I'm doing. This is funny. If I only do half the bed, then I have like a before and after of this experiment, a little control to see what happens. But that probably won't happen. There's still some leaves over here and stuff that need to be picked up, so I'm sure we'll just put them in here. Kind of rocky. But you are black too. You look really nice. You are a stick, so bye. Oops. Did I thought this was dandelions, but they're like puny looking. Maybe not dandelions. Maybe some other weed. Okay, fine. It would be that way. Now the top is soft, I can get down way softer, way deeper. But yeah, so I was gonna do regular practice today, but no. What did I end up doing? Oh, I did some sun salutation type things on the other side of the yard. And the dog was chilling, so I was like, this is great. But then he ran after a bird, and I don't know if I've mentioned before, but the dog is convalescing. Like, he had surgery on his knee. He's supposed to be chillaxing. So he heard a bird, and he ran all the way across the yard, and I was like, oh my God, the vet's gonna kill me. So yoga practice got stopped so I could deal with the dog. And then also, I did yoga. I did a little sun salutation action. I kept it real simple, by the way. And let me explain this too. I listened to a podcast, and it was a guru was explaining an old ancient text. It's like a yoga encyclopedia from the 1700s. I think it's called, it's a Gita, obviously. Samavan Gita, something like that. But I'll look it up before I talk about the title again. Anyways, it's a yoga encyclopedia. So they were saying that when you practice yoga, you have to be practicing facing east or facing north. So anytime it happens to be sunny, like now, it's, what time? Anyways, it's starting to get sunny. So I made sure I practiced north, and I kept the yoga practice really simple. I just raised my hands over my head and made sure I looked at my hands while I inhaled. I also do mountain pose with my feet. So my feet are doing mountain pose, and my hips and my rib cage are aligning. So you do a couple of those, just the inhales themselves. And then when you're ready, you do the inhales, and then you also fall down to the ground. And that's a few stretches, and sometimes I make them very... Sometimes I make them pretty dynamic, so it's like... They'll happen even faster than that too, but I didn't want to hit anything. And if I step back, you're just not even going to see me. But anyways, I don't want to hit this with my hands, but you kind of... Anyways, so I got my sun salutations in. I did a few stretches inside. I watched a couple of yoga videos. So all of that's counted as practice. I guess I ate some food, and now it's time for karma yoga. I guess all that makes sense now too. I learned a schedule at the yoga ashram that I happen to enjoy. Excuse me. I learned a schedule at the yoga ashram that I happen to enjoy, but I really have a hard time sticking to schedules, truly. But I do actually realize I enjoy the essence of the schedule. So it wasn't until I was talking out loud with you guys that I realized I kind of, I woke up, I centered, I yogaed, I practiced, I ate food. Now it's time for karma yoga. Technically that doesn't start till 11 o'clock sun time? 11 o'clock daylight savings time? I'm not sure. Okay. It's happening now. I've just gained so much peace from that. I really used to get tied up on the schedule and stuff because, people are all about how being on time is so important. But maybe just doing the job is important. Knowing the right timing. Doing the job for as much as you want to. Oh my gosh, this is going to be cool. I'm so excited. Namo Hanumate Vayabanjanaya. I should probably have gotten some water before I press play. I actually was going to do that, and I didn't. I'm going to pull out some of these huge rocks. They're nice and flat. I like to use them to put them under the edges of chairs or stools or something like that so they don't sink into the dirt. I think I'm gonna get a trowel because I don't have gloves yet. They're in the car. I have to dig them out. So I'll just get a trowel. I had to get some water while I was there. I found some gloves in the garage. High quality H2O. Something about being thirsty, man. Makes me appreciate the water more, but I should still be listening to my body and getting the water before I press record. I looked at the time and I know that my clock is going to go at 11:11 and it's going to kick me off of Twitch. So I'm just letting you know. We're going to keep this short and sweet. Oh, drinking water like that is also a part of my practice. I was drinking water like a heathen. I'm like a decadent person. I don't know. I think about those people who are mad thirsty and how they would drink it and how it would fucking taste. It would taste like this. Like nectar of the gods. True Amrita. I had a roommate once who was like, you realize you make that sound every time you drink? I was like, I do know that when I drink, I don't just drink. I like gulp it all down. You may not see me for a second because I need to get down here. Shall I change the angle of the camera? Maybe I'll try lowering it and see if that works first. Hey, facts. We have an improvement of sorts. Okay. We do have an improvement. Total improvement. We're good. Oh, my body's like, you just gulped all that water and now you're squatting. This is gonna make you burp. Excuse me. I don't know what's itching on my face. These gloves have been in the garage all winter, so who knows what's up. These are pretty dope. Look like something I would use to go mountain biking, but they're probably for the garden? What? Look like dirt bike gloves. They say garden line on them. Okay, something else that's been in my practice, because I'm trying to like really explain how a lot of what I'm doing every day doesn't look like yoga practice, but is yoga practice. I practice doing squats. So I practice with my feet like hip distance apart like this. Right now I'm holding on to this board, and I just make sure that my hips go behind my ankles. I kind of need help to do other kinds of squats. Like I also practice with my feet closer together. And what would need to lengthen, what muscles would need to get stronger so that I could do a flat-footed squat with my feet together. And right now I can't. I just drank all that water and I need like to hold on to something. I also do wider than hip distance squats, of course, because those are great. One of the things I had to do, though, I really had to like kind of look at my feet and my ankles and see like where they had to stretch it so that they could still be holding my weight. Where they could still be holding my weight so that I'm in this squat. Anyways, I'm going to put my feet back to hip distance apart. And actually, it's a little bit wider than, well, I guess the heels are probably hip distance-ish. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to get comfortable. Okay. dirt mounds. Okay, so they said make some dirt mounds on the side. And just pile that shit up. So now that I know what's happening with these, I will, it's not a shovel, Jen. Okay. But it is really soft. Okay. So, making sure this is all, like, really loose. And I didn't have gloves. Now I brought with a trowel. So, either I'm going to get a shovel or I'm going to use a trowel. See how binary life can be sometimes? I know. Says the person who lives with way too many options in life. It's true, but once I've decided to do something, I'm usually so happy. I rephrase that. Once I'm doing something I've decided to do, I'm super happy then. Leaves don't get covered in dirt. I mean, they do, but wait a second. Am I overdoing this? What do you mean? Why don't I just cover these? I'm covering these. But do they get sun? I don't know. Yeah, move them over. Oh, fine. I'll stick with the experiments. How do they always say? The first time, some people say two things. One say, I don't like to change the recipe if I'm going to give it to guests. I like to experiment first by myself, and then I'll see if I like it. And other people say, dirt clod. Oh, spiders. Hi. I want to turn this into an herb garden for now. I have some plants growing in the house. We have some fig babies, fig trees, and some cuttings from last year. Here goes one of the fig trees. I have decided I cannot give these to the dog. He started eating them. Like, he found these dry ones a few months after winter, after fall, now here in the winter, and they got all dried, like freeze-dried maybe, and he just started eating them. That's a paper towel I found. Okay, I've been starting to, there's some composty things in here already. Like I said, let's just go with the plan, and the plan is to put the leaves in the middle, put all the dirt on top, let the sun make the whole thing nice and warm and cooked. Also, this part on the edge doesn't get any sun at all because it's in the shadow from this railing, so it's never gonna get clean. Om Namo Hanumate Bhavanjanaya Sukham Kudu Patsvaha. I did not put it on my list this month to be like practicing my Hindi, and except for chants, I have not been practicing. But check it out. There's really ways to practice all the time. The chant that you saw, I can find a video on YouTube where it happens to be playing in Hindi with and it has the chant with Hindi letters and English Roman letters. Let's start saying this right. The Varangi alphabet, right? And Roman alphabet. Is it, or do they say Latin? Roman will have a V instead of a U and shit, so that can't be right. Maybe it's called Latin alphabet? Anyways, the one that they use for Hindi and the one that they use for English. We're on the same. Yeah, you should get this right. So it's written in 2 languages, and I can actually practice right there. Like, I can practice reading it. I can pause it and practice writing it. Have I done that yet? I haven't practiced. I haven't written any of these chants yet. Part of me was like, well, you can just find it right here. So where are you gonna write it? The other part of me is like, you didn't write it yet. Like, my brain wants to remember you writing it over and over and over again so that it can learn it. Okay. Anyways, I still have been practicing my Hindi just a tiny bit, just by choosing my content and making sure that it has Hindi alphabet on it. This grass is nice and soft, so I don't need like a pad for my knees or anything. My dog sleeps in it every day. Every day he sleeps in this grass. He's been sleeping in this garden too, and I'm like, yeah, no. If you are a weedling. So people have been doing this thing with gardens where they're trying to like really till it less. I didn't till it more. I'm only doing this to prepare the soil. So I'm doing this on purpose because afterwards, soil will probably be nice and smooth, and I could probably just come with a trowel and put plants in. We'll see. Oh, you know what's going to happen, Jen. The raspberries are going to take over. They are taking over. So I'm actually just transplanting these to the back of the yard. Oh, no, this is mint. My bad. I was hoping. I want raspberries. I mean, you know, of course, if you're going to overrun the garden, be something useful and sweet. Mint's good, too. I'm actually looking for raspberries for another reason. Oh, at 11:11, this thing is going to start beeping and it'll stop talking. It'll remind me to go do my chores like now, so I'll have to reset that up. Okay, we're good. Earlier this month, I was looking for things to watch on Netflix, and I found some cool stuff. I was looking for Native American things, and I feel like a few months ago, I was listening to, or sometime in the past recently, I was listening to NPR, and they were talking about movies that were like made by people in Central and South America, like the indigenous people there making movies.